Okay, so this thing isn't a complete throwout. I can use it for a template for putting the holes in this thing, and that's going to start with, of course, these are going to be in quarters. So I'm going to mark these off this way, and then, you know, if I don't get this right, it's going to mess things up. So I'm basically using this thing as a square. And right now I'm using this square. And I mean, it's just going to change where the holes are. Okay, so I sure hope those are squared up. In case you're wondering what these are my okay, so these are my electrodes. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what to make the electrodes out of. They have to be connected up through the base plate, which means I have to drill 336 holes in this piece of concrete here. It is essentially a piece of concrete. Luckily, I have this nice template. I can line it up on these guys here, and I can go in there and just start all the holes. This is of course, this is just a hole punch, and so everywhere there's a hole, I can come out here with a 1/8 inch drill. And I was wondering how I was going to do this, because I was going to need a piece of paper, all this stuff printed up on a piece of paper, but I don't. It looks like I've got it all printed up right here. All I have to do is just go through all these holes here. Okay, so I've marked off all the holes and punched them with a punch, a hole punch. I used this little guy here. Now the reason you see these are black over here, because I started with the black, but then I just turned this over and just marked a bunch more black ones, and then I realized that this didn't really line up as triangles. You see, these things are triangles. Each three of these, any three of these adjacent dots are triangles, but over here they weren't. See, they weren't quite triangles. So I went back over, and what I did is I just used this again as the template, and believe it or not, when I went across here, I started that way, and then I flipped it over, and then continued on the other side. But these I had to mark in red instead of black, because I didn't want to confuse them. So in all these 3/4 here, it is the black one, or red ones, and in this 1/4, it's all the black ones. Now, the point of this, of course, is to drill the holes, and as you can see, I've already drilled a few of these holes. I got 336 plus or minus, give or take a few. It's difficult to grab a hold of these little electrodes, which are basically really just pieces of aluminum foil. I was wondering how long it's going to take me to drill 336 of these holes, and I figured about a minute each, but it's actually pretty quick. More like about 10 seconds each. Okay, so on this side, and I've been going in a circle from the center. So that's going to be the next little thing. I'm just going to be, again, you can see these are in triangles and forming hexagons. I just wonder if this little, it's an 1/8 inch, and I just bought it today, this drill bit. $1, that's like a $2.89 or something like that. I wonder if it's going to last. So 360. I thought about getting 2, but if this one goes bad, I'll just go get another one. Okay, so I've been drilling away at this thing, 336 holes, and I think I've got about a little more than half, maybe like pretty close to 2/3. I've got a bit more to go. All 4 of these are finished printing, and you're wondering how I was able to go through these holes so quickly. This is called a percussion bit, and that's a drill bit, percussion drill bit. That's what this little guy here is. And the reason it goes through first because I have it on hammer. Now hammer is that's what a hammer and drill bit or a hammer drill does. Here's the non-hammer, it just drills. So it takes a while, but if you put a hammer on it and it goes. That took longer than most of the rest of these did. And I've got more, so I'm going to use. This is kind of loud, so I'm going to use some hair muscle. This has been going a lot faster, actually. Let me try this one over here. This one is a red dot. These are all black dots over here. Okay, so that's how long it takes for the hammer drill. So that's where we are now. Last night I finished up the last of these guys, and I started with all the drilling. And then we're going to have to get these to fit with each other, because they're, you know, I made these pretty precise and I didn't leave much room for error. And it's pretty obvious that I'm going to have to do something to get these to fit together. Now, what does the back of this thing look like? Anytime you drill through a piece of concrete, you knock a bit of it out. And of course I've cleaned it all up off this table. Here's one little piece of concrete that came off. And of course, anytime, like I said, you know, I found a cavity or two. And I guess the next question is whether or not it would be worth my while to clean this thing up. I see some high spots here and there. You know, it looks like it probably would be worth my while to take this thing out back and just take an angle grinder to it and just smooth it out. I decided to switch to the masonry cutter, even though it's a cutter, and actually I even cut into this thing going the wrong direction. But the concrete here is just shredding the metal bit, the metal tool. So I put in the concrete and it smoothed it out very nicely. And I also added this little thing so I could hold on to it. So the seat is too small and the seal is too big. Alright, what's sitting out here should be about what's in it. About 80 thousandths, 60, 70 thousandths difference between these two. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this little piece off here and let it rest between these two. So I'm going to cut this little thing off right here.
Thanks for watching my program. If you like my videos, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day.